And a good evening and welcome in to the Exide Field inside the Beckman Sports Complex here in Manchester. John Swisher, Corey Coates, glad to have you along as we get ready for West Illinois baseball tonight. The Western Dubuque Bobcats are in town. Western Dubuque comes with a record 14-2 as the Hawks are 11-5 after 7 games last week for the schedule. This week, Western Dubuque isn't the case for them. They've got 8 games already as we were on a delay there. Could not start at 5 with the rains that moved through the area in the last couple hours here. And the boys worked on the field, and we're almost ready for baseball now as the Hawks are on the field, warming up and ready to go. The Bobcats will lead off things here with Damon Yeager, the designated hitter, for Matt Myers, the shortstop, and Western Dubuque, a solid opponent here tonight. Coach Casey Bryant and company come into town with a 14-2 record, perfect in the WAMAC so far, 9-0, first place there, and on the east side 4-0, looking for back-to-back East Division titles. They won their first one last year since 2006, and they have won 9 overall in the WAMAC Conference since being in the conference since 2003. Going to be a tough task here for the night for the Hawks.
Yeah, it will be. It'll be interesting to see, when you're coming off a delay and that stuff, each team's going to want to jump out early just to get either some runs or get something going on, depending on what's going to happen with the weather. And we'll just hang on and see what ends up happening.
So all we can do, Mother Nature, as always, is in control as we get ready for the start here.
Damon Yeager.
Damon Yeager leads things off, the DH. Sam Goodman bats to the second spot. It's Harris, Lehman, Nauman, Bierman, Quagliano, Gasper, and Bryant here for the Bobcats. As Dunstan Warner inside on the mound here, there's a popper left side right off the bat of Yeager, and it's taken by the shortstop Harris in shallow left field. The pop out to the shortstop, the P6 for out number 1 brings up Sam Goodman now as we're underway. 5:33.
Dunstan doing a nice job. He threw a lot of strikes last time he pitched against Beckman, and kind of surprising with the leadoff guy jumping on the first pitch. So I would assume we'll see a couple pitches here on their 2-hitter.
As Dunstan Warner, his 4th start on the season, a strike taken there. Sam Goodman, the pitcher here in Game 1, a junior with 49 at-bats, 20 runs, 12 hits, 2 doubles, 11 runs batted in, a .245 hitter. Takes the ball outside off the plate. 1-1 the count. Warner, a 2-1 record, 24 innings pitched. He's given up 24 hits, 20 runs, 12 earned runs, a 3.50 ERA, batting average of .247 against him. Here's a bouncer left side. Casey over to Zeezer for the 5-3 ground out for out number 2.
Yeah, nice job by Nick charging that ball a little bit to his right. With being a little dummy out there, you don't want that ball to hang out on the grass or the dirt too long. You go get that.
So Calvin Harris now, starting catcher, standing in here. Harris committed to Ole Miss already. A year ago, as he was just a freshman, the sophomore was named to an all-state super team by the Iowa High School Baseball Coaches Association last year. He batted .390 with an on-base percentage of .475, 46 hits, including 7 triples and 46 runs batted in. What a talent Calvin Harris is. Has been playing varsity ball since an 8th grader, and he lines this one into shallow left field, which bounces to Engel. It'll be a 2-out single off the bat of Calvin Harris. Give him 26 hits now on the season.
Yeah, nice job taking the outside pitch. Dunstan did a good job not putting it right in the wheelhouse, and he just did a nice job slapping it out into left field.
Brings up Kyle Lehman now. So Lehman's a junior. 15 hits, 15 runs scored. 14 runs batted in, a .306 hitter. As he gets set to get into the batter's box. Now for the left-handed batter here. As the left-handed batter will take a strike. Inner half there above the knees for strike 1 to Kyle Lehman.
Courtesy runner out there looks like Zach Butcher, 23.
Okay. Good to know. Strike two there, 0-2 the count. Butcher, a junior. The 0-2 on the way. Downstairs, runner goes. Getting in there safely is Butcher.
Not too uncommon with pitch. You know, the ball's probably going to be down low, something different on the 0-2 pitch. So good one to jump on. He had a good lead, took off.
Zach Butcher now 2 of 2 in the stolen base department. 1-2 the count. Here to Lehman with 2 down. Runner on second. This is upstairs for ball 2. We're even out 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Good spot on the outside half. Going to run it full.
And there's ball 3. 3-2 the count. With 2 down. Here's a throw down. The runner goes, slides in safely to third. And the walk. And Harris gets to third. Runners on first and third. Sawyer Nauman.
Now that third base
stands in.
Sawyer Nauman.
As the runner standing in here, Sawyer Nauman, the third baseman. Runners on first and third. Throw over, Zeezer. Nothing doing. Getting back in there safely. So 2 outs and a hit and a walk. This one's popped up right side, fouled back into the netting for strike 2. 0-2 the count.
Doing a little stuff over there by the Burgers, making sure he wasn't going to get hit out there.
Sawyer Nauman, the third baseman here for the Bobcats, back in. And the runner goes. Throw over to Zeezer. He lets the runner just go into second base. Go first to third, trying to get the Hawks defense to give him a run, and they just allowed that runner to go to second.
That's twice now I get him on that, but once again, worked about as good as it did for Rick.
Shocking. As the ball misses upstairs, we're even 1-1.
Pitch is a little bit upstairs, fire down to third, and cold. That's the second time I've seen Kyle do that. That little snap throw down to third. They got the tag on his back, and that runner got back in a hurry. So nice job by Kyle, keeping things close. 2-1 to count. Pitch upstairs by Dunston, 3-1. We got a base empty. I'm pretty sure Dunston's not using that strategy at this point in the game, looking to get some strikes.
And there's ball 4, missing upstairs. Nauman draws the 2-out walk. Bobcat runner on every base here. Zach Bierman will stand in now.
How about first baseman Zach Bierman?
College baseball players on this team. Hawks have 4. Talk about Harris going to Ole Miss. Goodman heading to Wichita State. Bryant. Check that. Zach Bierman was headed to Illinois State, but a coaching change there, so that's in limbo. As there's a ball outside for ball 2. 2-0 the count.
All of this happening with 2 outs right now. Dunston just struggling a little bit in the zone.
There's on the outside corner.
It's nice to see Dunston still battling to hit the spots. You know, a lot of times you can just put that ball right over the middle, just hoping to get a strike. Still working the outside half.
Swing on this there. The count's even now 2-2.
2-2, 2 outs. Big pitch here.
There's a flare in right center field. I'll get down. One will score. Two will come in. It'll be a two-out RBI. Almost a double. They're able to retreat back. Is Bierman there? He decided to stay at first. 2 RBIs on the hit to right center field as Butcher and Lehman both score the first 2 runs of the night for the Bobcats. Nauman stops at third and brings up Peyton Quigliano now.
Yeah, as he rounded first base, I think he got it.
How about left fielder?
Mud a little bit.
Quigliano.
Felt a little bit slow, and a nice job by Wooler to get the ball back into the infield, keeping it first.
Quigliano is a sophomore, one of 4 on the roster for Coach Bryant. Skies this one up and out of play.
He was taking off on first movement there, trying to get the second.
36 at bats for Quigliano, 6 runs, 7 hits, 11 runs batted in, 194 hitter. Look over, and now a throw over to first. Getting back in.
Hawks defense gets set.
And first to third. He'll step towards third and look back at first.
And the West Dubuque runner was inching a little bit there, too, so it looks like he may possibly be going on the pitch. There he goes.
The throw is deep towards the bag. The runner coming home. Going to have him out at the plate. 6-2 on the putout. As Nauman tried to take the chance with the throw down, Harris with a beautiful strike back to Cole. The 6-2 putout for out number 3. Bobcats do score first and take the 2-0 lead. In the bottom half we go. This is West Delaware Baseball from KMCH Sports. Dunstan Warder, the little run out in front of the plate. Harris able to get to it and tag out Warder for the first out. As Dunstan Warder retired, then Ridenauer, the DH for Logan Wool at the right fielder standing in. Ridenauer strike there and takes another one, outer half. Sam Goodman, the pitcher of record here for the Bobcats in game 1 here tonight. Up and in on the pitch. Ridenauer couldn't catch up to, and he goes down swinging for out number 1. Jared Harris now
the shortstop.
standing in.
Harris.
Harris, the shortstop, the senior in the third spot. Sam Goodman is 6th start, 4-0 record, 30 innings pitched, 20 hits against him, and he strike there. Harris on the count. Has 6 runs against him, all 6 earned runs, a 1.40 ERA. There's a strike on the outside corner. Or strike 2, 0-2 the count. 4 walks.
Nice job moving the ball in right now.
4 walks, 2 hit batters, 46 strikeouts, 190 average. And there is a swinging strikeout by Jared Harris for out number 3. We quickly go to the second inning, no score. Hawks baseball from KMC Sports. Back into the second inning. Johnny Corey along with you. With Delaware Baseball taking on the Bobcats of Western Dubuque tonight. A strike, now a ball bounces away from the catcher, Kyle Cole, the 8th grader. Peyton Quagliano standing in there. Quagliano, Gasper, and Bryant, 7, 8, 9. It's the Bobcats who scored 2 runs in the first inning. This one is hit into left center field. That'll be a gapper. Big turn for Quagliano, and he's going to try to get the double, sliding in. Not in time. Great relay throw there by the Hawks as they put out Quagliano at second base. Well, good relay throw. Great tag at second base there.
Yeah, great job by Trevor getting into the gap and then backhanding that ball. You know, it's just as important to back out in the outfield as it is in the infield. Planted that back foot, sent a missile right at the second. Great job on the tag.
It was a Harris or Farmer? Farmer. As the 8-2 put out for the first out here. Brian Gasper, number 8 batter, settling in. 2 balls now. 2-0 the count, the senior. 37 at bats, 7 runs, 11 hits, 7 runs batted in, a 297 hitter. So it bounces in the dirt outside for ball 3. 3-0 the count. Here to Ryan Gasper. And there's the ball downstairs, ball 4. The third walk so far got up by Dunstan Warner. 1 out variety here at the top of the second brings up Ben Bryant.
Be interesting to see what they do here with Ben, see if they're going to use any sort of bunting situation or anything like that.
Then the sophomore son had only 23 wins away from 500. One of 5 that are closing in that 500 milestone mark in Iowa varsity boys coaches as 0-1 the count. The ball downstairs, all the strike, runner goes, and not going to be in time getting the bag safely is Gasper. Bryant in the hole, 0-2.
Yeah, Farmer did a nice job at the curveball, and Kyle came up strong with it. Luke got the tag down, but just a little bit late.
Gasper now 4-4 in the stolen base department on the air. This one's tap left side foul. 0-2 the count here with one away. We're at the top of the second inning.
Be nice to see Dubson get one on his own here. Get 2 outs at the top of the order coming back up.
Ball is skied up and out of the play. Get your net out, Harry. A little too far away. 2-0 Bobcats here in the top of the second inning. Western Dubuque is 8-1 in road contests on the year. Undefeated in WAMAC overall play and east side play. There's a little flare left side. Deep in the hole, short. Harris stops it from going to the outfield. He's going to save the throw, as runners will be on first and second. Good decision there by Harris, as Bryant was already almost to first base, and it brings up the top of the order and Damon Yeager now.
Yeah, what an attempt by Nick Casey. Just about was able to stretch out and get to that ball. And Jared made a nice backhand and a fake throw, seeing if he could lure the runner off second. Good decision.
Yeager popped out to the shortstop Harris. His first time. Here's a hard line drive. Great play by Casey. Laying out for that one, stepping on the bag. And the force out there for out number 2. Excellent play by Nick Casey.
Yeah, that ball was through the grass in a hurry, and a beautiful dive to his right, make play come up. Was ready to gun it over to first, but once again, a good decision.
2 away, Sam Goodman stands there now. He grounded out to Casey at third, his last time up. Warner. Strike on the inside corner above the knees.
I believe West Dubuque scored their first 2 runs in the first inning, coming off of 2 outs with nobody on. So now maybe some runners on base. Now we'll hold them here without any runs.
The 0-1. Missing outside for a ball. 1-1 the count. And the 1-1 turning and looking at second. Saving the throw is Warner, as the runner Bryant hustling back to the second base bag.
Luke doing a nice job of working that little dance, the guy on second.
This one is lined left side. Going to get past Casey into left field. Runner coming in. The throw from Engel up the line towards the dugout side of home plate. And now throw to second, and getting him at second on the 2-5. The run does count. 2-5-4 on the put out there, and the Hawks get out of it. But Bobcats do add one more run. They take a 3-0 lead. To the bottom of the second we go. Hawks baseball, KMCH Sports. Johnny Corey back with you. Here at the Exide Field, bottom of the second inning. 3-0 Bobcats lead this game. Still, we're softball gets the Bobcats at Silt Field coming up later on tonight. It is gloomy looking here. Looks like rain could come. Storms again. It is a possibility throughout the night here. We're keeping an eye on that, as is West Delaware AD Matt Weiss. Here is a bouncing ball in the right field. As the hit there off the bat of Nick Casey, the first hit of the game for the Hawks.
How about first baseman?
Yeah, nice job of him just putting the ball in play outside half. Flared it out to right.
Hunter Zeezer now stands in. As Zeezer, the left-handed batter. First a throw over, getting back safely is Casey.
Here with putting pressure on teams with their base running. We'll see if we get anything going here early.
There's a strike. Die high, inside corner. Strike one to Hunter Zeezer, who is hitting .314 on the season. 3 runs, 11 hits, 11 runs driven in.
And I see my first umbrella.
For the Hawks senior, there it is on the right side. And there is the ball hit to the left side. Going to get fair down the line. Going to be a foul ball. Foul ball called by the home plate umpire, Nick Wellenborg. From Cedar Falls now, the Dyersville native, Beckman graduate, played for Tom Jenk Jr. 2004, as did his partner, Chris Overbrock, 1989 graduate of Beckman High School, now lives in Marion. 0-2 the count. Here with nobody out here in this bottom of the second inning. Zeezer. Get back in and ready here. Look over by Goodman. Now the throw over. Getting back in safely is Casey.
Good strong throw over that time. Casey, good lead. Making him think.
Off speed, tailed up and away for ball one. 1-2 the count. Runner on first is Nick Casey.
Oh, looks like maybe our fans might have a little earlier thoughts of heading to the cars a little bit early. I haven't seen any liking.
They're looking at the sky. It's not looking good. And
so that's going to get us to third, possibly.
An error by the catcher on the high throw down the right field line. Casey will get the second. He'll have to hold at second. Not sure if it's starting to rain a little harder here, but there are quite a few fans heading out here.
Tough throw down to first base by the catcher on that. Was Zeezer being in the box, being the big lefty. Ball just kind of sailed on him. So Hawk opportunity to score here before the rain.
There's a swing and a miss by Zeezer. He goes down. Swinging came for out number one. Cal Cole will stand in. Temperature right now 74 degrees. It feels like 82. The humidity, and I can believe it, 100% right now. Winds out of the north, 4 miles per hour. Here on this 18th day of June 2018. 0-1 the count here to Kyle Cole, the 8th grade catcher. 1 down. Chopper left side, right in the coach's box. Nice left-handed play there by Coach Nate Lard, 5th-year head coach of the Hawks, the 2007 West Delaware graduate in his 5th season since taking over the program in 2014 for the Hall of Famer Mike Morrison. 120 wins, 47 losses for Nate. The 0-2 from Goodman on the way. It's lifted up and out of play, right side. 0-2 the count. Top the 6 o'clock hour. This game only 27 minutes old. Got started late here tonight. At the regular 5 o'clock start time. It was 5:33 to be exact. Glad to have you along. West Delaware, Western Duke baseball, mix 94.7. KMCH Manchester. Swing and a miss. Drop third, but tagging Cole as he turns ahead to the dugout for the swinging K. Out number 2, Cole Engel will stand in now.
Left fielder, Cole Engel.
Engel. The runner on second and 2 away. Strike. Die high, right down the pipe.
A lot of first pitch strikes out of Goodman. Does a good job of getting on top and then kind of works his pitches around.
Sign of a good pitcher. Talked about Sam Goodman heading to Wichita State to play for the Shockers. Here's a foul ball. Picked up and foul ground by the catcher, Harris. 0-2 the count. Skolingo, 49 at bats, 10 runs scored, 10 hits, 8 runs batted in, a 204 hitter. Has walked 4 times. Leads the team in stolen bases. And there is a swinging strikeout for out number 3. So after they hit 3 swinging strikeouts in a row for the Hawks offense, takes us to the 3rd. 3-0 Western Dubuque. Back after this from KMC Sports. With in-studio producer Ashley Vick, John Swisher, Corey Cook, back with you. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. Want to know the count now to Calvin Harris, the Ole Miss commit who got a hit and scored the first run of the game in the 1st inning. Takes a strike there. We're even 1-1. One of the best prospects in the country in the sport of baseball, only as a sophomore. And he hits this one into center field, bouncing to O'Reilly as he did not come up with it for a second, able to go back and get it in. Harris took a wide turn, but he'll put on the brakes and hold up at 3rd. Kyle Lehman stands in now.
Second time that I've seen Westbury run around him first hard and just kind of got tripped up in that muddy area. So Butcher's back in to run.
Zach Butcher, the courtesy runner, a junior. 8 juniors, 5 seniors, 4 sophomores, 1 freshman for head coach Casey Bryant. $18 on the roster. There's a look towards first. Nothing doing. Long-time assistant Paul Goodman not in his regular coaching spot. It's tonight. Ryan Horner is filling in at first. Goodman still listed as a assistant coach. Ball 2 there, 2-0 the count here to Lehman, who walked and scored his last time in the 1st. This one's downstairs for a ball to throw down. Getting in safely is Butcher, another stolen base for him.
Yep, throws right to the bag. Got a good jump on it.
Western Dubuque only 2 losses on the season. Class 4A Dubuque Hempstead and North Scott. North Scott ranked number 7 in the latest 4A rankings. 3-1 the count here to Kyle Lehman. Bobcats have scored 140 runs coming in, so now 143. And only given up 43 runs. There's a foul ball for strike 2. 3-2 the count. Hawks on the other side, 95 runs in their column. They've given up 72. And the 3-2 is lifted in the air, deep center field. O'Reilly backpedaling and is there. He'll make the catch. The runner tagging and will get there. The throw off the mark as Butcher gets into 3rd after the F8 brings up Sawyer Nauman.
Trevor did a nice job of getting behind the ball, setting himself up to make a throw. Just put a little bit too much air underneath it, but definitely made it all the way to 3rd in the air.
Right-handed batter Nauman stands in. He walked and was thrown out at the plate his last time in the first. Fouls this one back to the screen behind home plate for strike one.
Like the defense is playing midway. Looks like they're going to take the out versus the run here. That's the hard hit ball.
6 hits so far for this Bobcat offense. They lead this game 3-0. Top of the third, one out. There's an off-speed pitch. It looked like it dropped back into the corner, but did not get the call. We're even 1-1. And there is a ball lifted right side. Foul territory and out of play.
Made out of the mud puddle.
1-2 the count.
Big bat here with just one out. Be nice to see Dunston, see if he can get one past him, get a strikeout here, get us 2 outs, take a little stress off with that runner at third.
And the 1-2 from Werner on the way. This is lifted into center field. Can O'Reilly get there? He will on the run. The runner is going to tag the throw in. And it's going to be up the line, and getting in there standing up is Butcher as the sacrifice RBI fly by Nauman. And there's 2 away now.
Trevor, nice job getting to the gap again. Well, he's been playing really well out in center. They're keeping him busy. Didn't really have a good chance to get his feet set on that. Had to catch it and get rid of it. Now they're appealing at third base.
And safe is the call from the home plate umpire.
Is that an automatic call now or not? Or do you have to?
Oh, you have to appeal still. Yep. They did change it for a few years. I think when I was in high school, maybe.
Yep. It used to just be an automatic if the umpire saw it. You're just out.
Yep. There's a ground ball. Left side, Harris up and over. Got his man. 6-3 put out number 3. One more for the Bobcats. They lead 4-0 now. As we go to the bottom of the third, Hawks baseball from KMCH Sports. Along with Rory Coach, John Swisher back with you. And that strong storm system that has a lot of red, purple in it that looked like it was moving north of Manchester and still might be out of the area. But we are officially under a lightning delay as lightning spotted by the umpires here at 6:09 before we got the bottom of the third started as the Hawks trailed this game 4-0. We are officially under a lightning delay, and of course, every lightning strike, a half hour, we have to wait. And so it'll be the waiting game for the rest of the time, and I'm sure the softball game is similar. We'll check and see for sure. And, yep, thank you, Jamie. And they are officially under the lightning delay as well. I figured that was coming, so we're both in the waiting game here tonight as well at Sill Field and here at the Exide Field as the Hawks trail this game 4-0. And well, a member of the West Delaware baseball family has been impacted by health issues within the last week. Coatsy, our prayers and our thoughts go out to the LaRosa family. Chris LaRosa, the son of Kay LaRosa, the secretary at the high school, mainly West Delaware activities, but a great all-around person. And Chris undergoing some heart issues last week, and thankfully he's headed home now. Our best to him, and give us an update. You've talked to Kay, and you've been down to see Chris at St. Luke's, and how's it going right now?
Yeah, first off, I know the LaRosa family is extremely grateful for all the thoughts and prayers and phone calls and everything that's gone Christopher's way and Mike and Kay's way. I know that they would be the first to want to thank Manchester Police Department, the ambulance, the emergency personnel, everybody that responded as he was air carried to Iowa City. And after one day, he's able to get in with his surgeon. They were able to do the stuff that they needed to, and just like that, bang and bang, he bounces back. And when I talked to him on the phone before we got going, he said, "I am just ready to come home." And so, thankfully, all that worked out. They're on their way home right now, and I know that they were listening, and they appreciate all the thoughts and prayers. And as things progress, Christopher, I know, still wants to be able to get out on the ball diamond before the summer is over. So, scary incident for everyone involved, but once again, on behalf of the LaRosas and everyone else, I do know all they could talk about was how thankful they were to be in a community where we have access to the people that have the knowledge to know what to do in situations and get them where they need to be. So, big shout out for the town of Manchester and all the employees that took part in that.
Absolutely. Great to hear that he's on the mend now. Chris LaRosa, a sophomore at West Delaware on that West Delaware Level 2 team, just umpired him and his team last Wednesday, and the very next day that occurred. A scary, scary thing indeed. The wind is picking up here, and here comes the rain shortly, I would imagine. If it hasn't already, the strong storm system moving in here in the Manchester area. We're in wait-and-see mode. We're under lightning delay since 6:09. I'm sure some more will follow it, and we'll be here a little bit at least waiting this one before a decision is made as the softball side of things at Till Field under the same predicament tonight. Jamie and Bill are there. It's Cancer Awareness Night. They're hoping for a big crowd. Now the rain is really coming. The wind is really blowing it here as we overlook Exide Field. I believe we will send it back.
This is sideways wearing.
We will, yes, that absolutely is. We will send it back to the studio. Ashley Vick will get some music on for you, and we'll keep you updated here from Exide Field, also Sill Field. Until then, John Swisher, Corey Coates saying so long for now.
And a very good evening, everybody. Jamie Vasky, Bill Logan along with you. No, we are not here to call any high school softball, as Bill, looks like there are a few places we might be able to go out and do some cannonballs and belly flops out in the middle of that infield, but they will not be playing softball on this diamond here tonight. As Coatsy said a little bit ago, a little Forrest Gump reference, a little sideways rain, and it filled some of them holes in a hurry, Bill.
Yeah, you can tell where the first baseman is, the second baseman is, the shortstop is, third base, the right-hand batter's box, where the pitcher's at. There's big puddles out there. Could be making some splashes out there if you actually got out there. If they were going to continue here tonight, if it quit right now, it'd take a couple hours, try to get that field ready. And both teams agreed to come back tomorrow night, pending being able to find umpires. And that's always the big thing whenever you got to reschedule to make sure you can find some umpires.
Again, nothing official on that. Same with the baseball team. They are calling it a night as well. They're not going to be able to get that, as they were delayed ahead of time anyway because of the rain and how saturated the diamond already was. So the baseball team and West Delaware and Western Dubuque baseball teams are looking at possibly making up their game on Wednesday, and still pending umpires. So nothing official yet. Stay tuned to KMCH tomorrow to see if they're going to try to make this one up with West Delaware and Western Dubuque, and the makeup game for this, again, pending umpires tomorrow night. And then, of course, baseball, Western Dubuque and West Delaware, thinking about Wednesday, again, pending umpires. But there will be no games here tonight, as unfortunately it was scheduled to be a nice night. They did get the whole team photo between Western Dubuque and West Delaware. It was Strikeout Cancer Night here tonight. We're going to have to go change the date on our shirts here, Bill, as it says June 18, 2019. Nice shirts they did between the two teams, and both teams wearing commemorative jerseys for the occasion here tonight. They did have time to go out and take one big team photo between West Delaware and Western Dubuque before we got going. We did get a half. We got four batters in, as Western Dubuque went 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning, and West Delaware, Macy Kleitch, reached on an error and is at first base when they pick this one up, when they make it up. But the other reason we wanted to come on here is the softball regional pairings came out today, as we'll go through them here quick. Again, stay tuned to KMCH, as we'll have a full list of the games we will be doing here in the postseason. As starting in Class 1A, all of our 1A teams in the same region, and that is Class 1A Region 4. Starmont will be at Central City to take on Central City. That'll be on Monday, July 2nd at 7 o'clock. And also that same night at 7 o'clock in Edgewood, it'll be East Buchanan and Edco. In Class 2A, Region 8, Maquoketa Valley will host Clayton Ridge and Delhi on July 2nd at 7 o'clock. And then on Tuesday, July 3rd, Cascade will be at Wilton to take on the Wilton Beavers. And also in Class 2A, Region 6, North Lynn has a first-round bye. They will host the winner of Hudson and South Winneshiek, and that game will be Tuesday, July 3rd. West Delaware's pairings also came out in Class 3A, and there are 4 area teams in Class 3A Region 8. West Delaware will host Beckman right here on Sill Field at 7 o'clock on Tuesday, July 3rd. The winner of that game will take on the winner of Davenport Assumption and Northeast Goose Lake, and they will play that game at Davenport Assumption on July 6th. And Anamosa will be at Comanche to take on Comanche. That's also on July 3rd. And Monticello will be at Mount Vernon to take on the Mustangs. That one also will be a 7 o'clock start on July 3rd. I'm looking through here, Bill. Is that all we have for 3A schools for our area? Just for our area teams. I found those 4, because of course Western Dubuque, they're in Class 4A, as is Independence. Theirs will come out on Friday. Their regional pairings. Looking through there, that is all the teams we have in Class 3A. So wanted to pass that information along. Of course, John Swisher will have all those pairings on our website, and you can hear that throughout the day here tomorrow on KMCH. Again, tomorrow night, if they do happen to make this game up, if they find umpires, we talked about the Strikeout Cancer Night. They have a silent auction that goes on. We might have to sign John Swisher up for something before we leave here tonight. They've got the tables here, and they've got all the sheets of paper, so we could just put his name down on all of them, and see. Our chances would probably be pretty good that he'd get something out of it.
Yes,
just as long as he didn't get all of it, and we'd have to find a way to cover the cost of all those things.
We'd figure it out.
We would figure it out, but no games tonight, baseball or softball. Stay tuned to KMCH tomorrow as we will have the makeups, and of course, if not sure what John Swisher's plans are yet, but there may be softball on the airwaves for you tomorrow night, as it looks like a West Delaware softball player. We saw this a couple years ago, Bill, when the rains came.
Tried to drive through the water.
I don't think they drove through it. I think that's where they parked.
Yeah.
And the rains flooding the car. I think we saw that
right there at the intersection, yeah.
I think we saw that with Coach Rave a couple years ago, as just trying to get out of the water, as this area, the storm sewers just can't keep all the water that's come here in the last 20 minutes or so. So, again, stay tuned to KMCH. Tomorrow we'll have the makeups for these two games, and if we will cover one of these games on the airwaves for you in the next couple of days. So, thanks for listening tonight. We'll talk to you later from Sill Field. Jamie Vesky and Bill Logan saying good night from Manchester, Iowa.